What is up, beautiful people? I'm tuning in with my little brother Daniel here. This one's going to be a weekly analysis. I haven't done one of these in a few weeks now. But last week was terrible. There wasn't even a point of analyzing it. There was a bank holiday, so my phone see later in the day on Wednesday, and it just consolidated the whole week. So there was literally zero point of doing that. But we're going to hop into this market. I already see it moving. There's some potential. We just finished watching Powell speaking. And there's going to be some opportunities even in PM session right now at 11 in my time zone, and then going forward into Asia session in Thursday's range. So, Daniel, starting off, what do we look for first when we analyze the market? The news. Boom. Bro's learning. So, I already have it open here on my screen. The news. So, Forex Factory is the thing that I use for news. By the way, we're tuning in for Mexico. It's a beautiful view. I thought I'd take advantage of this moment, film some good content. So this week, this is in my time zone. EST is 3 hours ahead. So 5:30 is 8:30 a.m. 7 a.m. is 10 a.m. news. So it is Wednesday right now, right? And Powell spoke. The next 2 days are going to be the highest probability days because the news is super early into the morning. So at 8:30 a.m., at the earliest, like my first model is quarterly theory, which would start at 9, and then we have the entire New York session to trade after a high probability news event. So these days are going to be really nice, like trading days. There's CPI here. There's going to be huge moves. And so I'm looking forward to what to expect in this week. And basically, all we have to do with this is acknowledge that there is news events. If there's news events like this, where it's later in the day or a bank holiday, like later in the day like this, you just don't trade it. You don't want to trade that day. You don't want to get chopped up. But these early morning news events show you that the day is going to be tradable. There's going to be lots of opportunity. So Powell just finished speaking, and it doesn't really matter what he said. All that we have to make sure that we do is we stay away from the moment that the news actually starts. Okay, so first things first, Daniel, we start from what time frame? The highest time frame that we possibly can. Um, which would be the monthly, right? On the monthly, we are expecting it to like come down. Um, it's June 25. So the month is coming towards an end, and we have to be really careful with like going for buys here when the monthly seasonal tendency is bearish. So remember that one trade that I caught that was like a 12K trade? That was a huge like long that like got me up like super high. And it ran up during like literally the last few days of the month because the monthly seasonal narrative was extremely bullish. Now this one is extremely bearish and it's approaching the end of the month. So we can like get a huge amount of sell side. And we have to be ready for that if that does happen. What I'm looking for now that we scale down because we're like, okay, monthly, there's nothing too crazy here. We swept the previous month high. We're expecting it to close bearish. Now we scale down to the weekly time frame. We realize that the monthly open has yet to be traded to. So here we have a target. Not only do we have a target, we also missed it barely. So now we have liquidity above the target, which just makes it super clear that we're going to run down there. See, like whenever we miss a low or like a fair value gap or anything, and we create liquidity and then pull back up, that's my favorite A plus setup. Like when there's liquidity and right below it's the target that we're aiming for, we basically just like look for our setup and sell to it. It's like showing us like we missed it, we're leaving liquidity there so that we can go take it out later. Like genuinely, that's like I look for that so much times. Like whenever this happens, I'm just like, let's go, baby. So when this week closes, I'm honestly also seeing that we might rebalance right here and then melt off. So this might happen early into next week. Okay, next week would already be July. So, and there's a bank holiday as well. It's July 4. What is that holiday? USA holiday. Fireworks. 4th of July. Right. I don't know why that wasn't clicking for me. Anyways, we can scale down. We're obviously expecting sell side, but there's still room for buy side. On the daily time frame, we closed and right here. This is like an older fair value gap, but ICT always says to ignore the noise. Like this right here would be noise because there's just so much random stuff going on right here. ICT would just say ignore it because this is relevant to us right now. You guys can see that it respected the low of this fair value gap, and this is a bullish reaper. That's what it is. When it closes below, comes back above, and now we're back in it. That's a bullish reaper. A bullish fair value gap. What happens when it closes below, Daniel? It becomes an IFEG, right? It goes down. But if it comes back above it, it turns back into a regular bullish FEG. So from this one, like the daily range has already given us like some buy side from here. But now that we're coming to a close, we can aim for like a rebalance right here, right? We still have a few hours, 3 hours until this market closes. So in those 3 hours, I'm gonna be bullish. I'm gonna be aiming for the high of this daily. We can be aiming for this right here, which is an IFEG. It would be a bearish reaper, like I just mentioned. I would just say that this entire leg right here was because like the war news and stuff. And I would just say that this is like, oh no, this isn't because of the war news. This is before that. But it's like a whole bunch of just like noise. We can just kind of ignore it and just like focus on what's happening right now and still use the relevant confluences on the daily. So this would be my target for where I think that this daily candle is going to close. So like if I'm looking for that now, what we can do is we can scale down. We can go to the 4 hour, see if there's anything on the 4 hour. I don't see anything on the 4 hour. Um, Nothing significant. There was a fair value up right here, closed above melted, but that's not too important. We still see the daily target that I'm aiming for is right here. There's a high right there, and new 4 hour candle just opened now, so we're going to be expecting some buy side. Now we just scale down and try to find the first time frame that will give us something to work with. Some fair value gap, some boom, found it. What do you see now? They're both FEGs and go up and down. Both of them. FEG goes down as well. No, IFEG is a inverted FEG. IFEG is just when it flips. Like this one. Yes. It didn't just tap into it. It tapped into it and then closed in the middle. So see, it could have closed below it, but it respected it. Especially, yes, our target for the day. Honestly, guys, I'm just gonna record this video like for however long this trade takes, and I'm gonna try to execute on this and show you guys that I'm gonna make money on this trade. So I am expecting buy side because there's a lot of liquidity, like this high right here, this high right here, and we kind of just did a top down analysis right now. What recall for me before you go on your phone and start scrolling reels? Are you gonna take the trade? Oh, you could drop a 0.01. Yeah, yeah. So guys, this guy we started a challenge taking him from $0 to 10K. Yes, you can. Just do 1.01. That should still be a good amount of profit. Taking him from $0 to 10K, and I drop $50 in his account, right? And we're up $20, and I just get a call from my girlfriend, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just take the call, and I ended up ending the stream right there. And he goes like leaves his room, just forgets about the trade or something, and like later I come up to finish recording the video, and I he opens up his phone and he has $11 in the account after being up at like 75 or something, which was like a crazy trade, you know. But we're gonna clutch it back up. Worst case scenario, I have to drop another $50 in his account, but we're chilling there. I think he'll come back from this trade right here, make some bread. But yeah, we are bearish. Remember, we are bearish. We're just looking for buy side in today's daily candle, so it closes somewhere up here. And when that happens, we'll also be getting a bearish FEG to work with as well. If we scale even lower, or I guess even considering this fact, like the reason why I'm bullish is because we had such a big bearish candle. We pulled back and closed bullish. And then we also have this IFEG that we might want to tap into. So even if it wants to go down, we might still come up, tap into it, and then continue lower after that. I just don't know. Like this could honestly happen in tomorrow's or Friday's news event because those are some pretty strong news events and it can run up with the entire daily range up into this thing. So that's why I'm bullish. I definitely think we can get that. Let's scale back down and see if we can get a lower time frame, little entry, little setup. So 30-minute FEG. Now we can scale down and look for some IFEGs. We have one on the 15-minute, but that's going to take a little too long. We want to get in earlier, as early as possible. So next thing we could look for is right here on the 5-minute time frame. There's a bearish FEG. See, that's a bearish FEG as well. It didn't revert anything. This one right here, it's not respecting. We're expecting it to go up after it closes above it. We don't. We wait for it one more minute. See, it's coming up. once this 1 more minute closes on the 5 minute. If it closes above, then we can be like, okay, it can. This is a bearish FEG. I'm not bearish, so I don't want to look for sells from it. Like that's a bearish FEG, but I'm not bearish. I want to see it run up from this 30-minute FEG. Yeah, I might be cooked. Yeah, it would actually close the position early because I don't think you can trade with less than like $10 in your account. Interesting. But yeah, so because I'm bullish, even though that's a bearish FEG, I wouldn't want to take a trade from it because my target is higher, right? So instead, I would wait for these candles to close and then the next one go up and close above it. So instead of looking for sells, I just not trade at all. I know. I remember it used to be like $40 literally. Let's see. Let's make some bread so me and Dan could go on some jet skis later today. I just wouldn't see like a reason for it to melt. The daily candle would probably do better if it closed up here, and this would also be respecting the daily FEG, the daily bullish reaper, and all these highs are vulnerable. So I'd want to see those swept. If it doesn't get taken out right now, then we're gonna look for that same trade later. If we have time to stream during Asia session, if not, I'll just do it alone. But if we do have time to stream for Asia session, I'm gonna be looking for these same highs into this daily FEG and then higher, hopefully. For what, an hour? I know they did. For an hour, yeah. Dang. It's good business. You buy a jet ski and you sell it to visitors. I've been there before. It's not like too special. We're gonna go to the gym. Bruh. Okay, guys. This is what I'm looking for. That was my weekly analysis. You can scale back and remember what I was looking for on the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, the monthly narrative, and the fact that the month's coming to an end soon. Um, then I scaled down, and this is the setup that I'm looking for right now instead of PM session. I'll post this video right away, so if you do watch it right now, this is still relevant to you. And I am bullish. I'm expecting this to still pull up and run up higher towards these highs. So let's see if that does play out. I don't see a reason for it to run back lower because on the 1 hour it looked pretty good right here. We had a FEG that got flipped into an IFEG. It tapped it perfectly and then expanded. So right here, I'm just looking for it to continue expanding up. And there should be no reason why it wouldn't want to do that considering the fact that this is inside of a daily bullish reaper. So the daily candle would want to close bullish just to show that it's respecting the FEG. All right, guys. Thanks for listening in. Hope you guys saw how I educate my little brother. The series is coming out as well. I'm filming for that separately. So I'm going to be uploading episode 2 sometime after today's stream so we can see how much profit we make when we actually do hit that 10K month. It's on the way, guys. All right. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.